Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Grace, was my name. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're a returning subby, thank you so much as well for clicking on this video. So without any further ado, in today's video we will be talking about the different routes that one can take in order to study psychology. So we have two categories, the B degree as well as the B.psych route. So if you're interested, please do stick around, but for the sake of making this video to not be too long, I will divide it into 3 different parts. The third part will be talking about the honors or rather the B.psych honors equivalent program and what it's all about. So please do stay and stick around in order to watch that as well. So yeah, don't be surprised when I'm wearing the same shirt in 3 different videos, or if I look the same. It's because I have shot these videos all in one day and in one sitting, just divided them into 3 different parts so that it's not too long. So without any further ado, in this video per se, we will be talking about the B.psych degree, or the Bachelor Psychology degree, and its entailment, including where you can study it and the closing dates thereof. So thank you, do enjoy, and do follow up on the next 2 videos that will come after this, because it's a build up on this one. So thank you, enjoy. Okay guys, so let's get down to business, right? So we will start with the B.psych degree, and we'll talk about what it has and what necessitates it and all of that. So basically we can start by breaking down the B.psych. If you do not know what it stands for Bachelor Psychology or Bachelor of Psychology, depending on whatever your institution or the people around you call it. So what this degree does in universities or in institutions that it's offered in, they train you to become a registered counselor, right? So one who studies this degree can qualify to become a registered counselor after finishing or obtaining that degree. So let's do it like this. The first character that you need to know about B.psych is that it is a professional degree, right? So what this means is that it is regulated by the HPCSA. So the Health Professions Council of South Africa, we have psychology board under it, right? So that psychology board is responsible for this degree, so they will overlook any B.psych program that is offered in different institutions. So you get registered with HPCSA, and I think this should be done during your first year of study by the university. So let me note that down. You get registered with the HPCSA through the university. So yeah, so it being a professional degree means that it has limited spaces. This is something you should also know. So in a year they can only house 20 students yearly, right? 20 students yearly. Okay, we move on to the next one. We did say that when you finish it, you can become a registered counselor, right? So from there, you need to know the duration of the study. It will take you at least, or a minimum years of 4 minimum years. So in record time, one who finishes this degree in record time will finish it after 4 years, right? But yeah, if ever there's an exception, it's still fine, but this is the minimum years it takes for one to complete their degree, their B.psych degree. So within these 4 years, there are 2 categories of training. There is the academic training and there is the practicum training, right? So what this means is that they will teach you theory, right? We also have applied modules within this degree, and the reason is they are training you to become a professional counselor, right? So after the academic training, they are allowed to get you into a practicum of 6 months. or 720 hours in total. So your practicum will continue for 6 months. So most universities, I know about Univen and UL, they let you do your practicals after or let me say they let you do your practicals the second semester of every year. So it means that B.psych students will go to their practicals on their final year second semester, right? So the other later term of the university academic year, that's when you'll be doing your practicals. But I think according to form 258, sorry about that, if I'm not mistaken, they are allowed to start third year, but most prefer to do it at the fourth year, a second semester. Okay, another characteristic that you need to know about Bpsych, it's that it has an honors equivalent program within it. So this means that it has an inbuilt honors program. And if you have watched my first video or you know about this, you know that the journey to becoming a psychologist is a very tedious one. You will get your undergraduate, you have to do your honors, and from your honors you have to get into masters. So someone who studies Bpsych has an advantage that they already have the honors program within their undergraduate degree. So that means that if they do not want to work as a registered counselor at that time, they can go straight ahead into masters if they get admission, right? Because it already has an honors equivalent program. So within this, that's why it's 4 years, by the way. So within this, there are modules that you are taught that should be taught, or that are generally taught in honors level. For example, you can talk about your research proposal writing, your research report. So typically on a normal case, these are things that are done at an honors level, but because the Bpsych has the honors equivalent program within it, it will also focus on this, right? So yeah, that's basically it. And then from here we can talk about the universities that offer, or the institutions rather, offering Bpsych, right? Remember, this Bpsych program is to let you become what? A registered counselor. So these institutions that offer these programs are as follows. First of all, we have the University of Limpopo, and the closing date, unfortunately, I am gonna be very late on this one. I did try to check when the applications at UL are closing, and they said 29 September, which is the date that I'm currently recording this video, and I got delayed for some reasons. But yeah, if you wanted to do that and you're out of time, I am so sorry, but yeah. So the University of Limpopo offers Bpsych, and the application closing date is the 29th of September. We also have Univen. Their closing date, I couldn't really locate it, but the source that I used said somewhere in October. They just said October, so I'm not sure we're on the what of October. So if you're interested, make sure that you apply as soon as possible. And then we have SACAP, South African College of Applied Psychology. They also offer Bpsych program for you to become a registered counselor, and their closing date for this is the 17th of November. So please do confirm these closing dates by visiting their websites, right? And then lastly, we have Walter Sisulu University. So their closing date for this program is, according to their website, is the 30th of November. So if you want to do the Bpsych degree, you can check out these institutions and apply while there's still time. About SACAP though, you need to know that if you want to be using for example NSFAS, you will not be able to use it to study at SACAP because it is a private institution. So if you want to go study at SACAP, you need to have a source of funding, either another bursary or their bursaries, or you can be able to pay your tuition fees yourself. So that's one thing to know about CAP. But the other universities, they are public, so you can use your NSFAS, right, if you want to use it. So I did say that they only house 20 students, and I'm saying that it's only available in 4 institutions. And by the way, these are the 4 institutions that the HPCSA has accredited for their B.psych degree. So I don't know, other universities have a program in every, it's like the B.psych, but I don't really know how that works, but I'm just going to give you the list of accredited universities or institutions by the HPCSA that offer the B.psych degree for registered counselors, right? So I was talking about how they only take 20 students. What you want to do is to apply. Personally, I would advise you to apply on all institutions or most of them if you can, because what happens is there is always a selection criteria. So remember that I talked about how B.psych has an honors equivalent program. This honors, if you talk about general on a general state, right, an honors program will obviously have a selection process within it, because they also cannot offer their this program to everyone who applies. So depending on the university, other universities will take 20 students, others 50, and so on and so forth. So another reason why you have to undergo selection process for B.psych is because of the same quality, if you get what I mean. So within this selection criteria, there are like categories. Now I'm gonna give you 3 of them. So obviously it's the academic one. First of all, you need to meet the minimum requirements that the university and the institution has set for you to study B.psych. Secondly, you need to undergo what we call a selection test. And lastly, there are interviews. I'm not sure if all institutions do this, but if it's necessary, they definitely have to do it. So when we got into our B.psych degree, the year that I was like going to do my first year, we did selection tests and interviews as well. So I'm going to give an example. Let's say, for example, 100 students applied for B.psych. They can only house 20 students. So what they're going to do is obviously check the academic marks to see if they meet the criteria, the minimum requirements. And if they do, they can go on to write the selection test. And from the selection test, let's say, for example, out of this 100, they say, okay, all of them qualify academically. Let's give them the selection test. Remember, this is just an example. And out of the selection test, they take 50 top achievers in the selection test, and then they have to narrow down this 50 to 20 how through interviews. So but it's nothing hectic really, it's nothing really hectic. So chances of people getting in are very high. As long as you know what you're doing, you will be fine. So I think that sums up this, except that I forgot to mention that since you are registered with the HPCSA, after you do your 4 years, right, you can go on to write the board exam. But it's not the board exam for you to become a psychologist. Rather, it is the board exam for you to become what? A registered counselor. I think they said you need a minimum percent of 70% for you to have passed the board exam. Do confirm it as well during your own research, so you can write the board exam, and if you pass, you can now be registered and licensed by the HPCSA to become a registered counselor. So this means that you can work either at a public institution like centers, at universities, schools, and so on and so forth, or you can open your own independent practice, as long as you have the board exam and the HPCSA has accredited you or licensed you to go on and do that. So yeah, this is everything that sums up the B.psych degree. If you have any questions about the B.psych degree, please link them down below, or leave them at the comment section. I'll try my best to answer it, or find people who can answer them for you. So yeah, this is all about before I forget, with the practicals, obviously there is supervision. I think that is the one thing that I have forgotten. there is supervision involved here, obviously. But yeah, other than that, this is all about the Bpsych program. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll make sure that they are answered in due time. And all the best with your applications if you're interested in Bpsych. And I'm really looking forward to you kickstarting your journey. Right, thank you for watching. Please do like the video and share it with the people that you think it might be helpful to, and do subscribe. Thank you. Bye.